right, that being said, let's get started with the first one. So I love a griddle. I love being able to cook different things all on one tray. Let's check out this griddle over here. This gives you beautiful versatility. So when I think about breakfast in the morning, right, I think about, I'm getting hungry just to even think about it. Did I have lunch? I don't think so, which is why I'm glad I'm about to be eating in just a second. We're gonna do our pancakes over here. We're gonna do our eggs over here. We're gonna fry some sausage on here, and we are not doing turkey bacon. We are doing some pork, okay? We are frying it because I love the crisp. Later on for lunch, I'm already thinking about ahead for lunch. We're gonna get some burgers going. But you know what I love for lunch? You see my mouth is watering. I can't even get it out. You know when you get those griddle lines on like your beef burger or your turkey burger? That's when you can have turkey food. We're gonna just swap it out and we're gonna get those grill marks. Here's the thing. It's been so cold in Connecticut. Well, this got a little weight to it. I love it. It's been a little cold in Connecticut and I love grilling, but the thing is, I can't go outside. My grill is covered. So I love the fact that we have this grill right here. I'm gonna flip it over so you can see it, guys. I love that we have this grill that has the two different lids so you can get, snaps right into place. Isn't that beautiful? That gives you that versatility so you get those grill lines. So we were talking about lunch, right? Is that where we were? We said we're gonna have burgers with the buns. Of course, we cannot miss out on that. And then for dinner, a little bit of salmon on the grill too, maybe some vegetables, some asparagus right here. I love the sound of that. We have our own everyday cooking completely done. I love this. You can cook with the lid up or down. And of course, I've showed you the two different options of the grills that are available as well. So make sure you check this out. This is in the carousel. I am absolutely obsessed with this. I think for me, the size of this, the versatility of this is a game changer. 100%, okay? If you're a novice and don't know your way around the kitchen, or if you're an expert like me, you know your way around the kitchen, eating and cooking, we love this. Okay, let's move on to the next item. Can I tell y'all something? I grew up in Zimbabwe. And so cheese wasn't something that we ate all the time. So cheese is almost like a new thing to me. For the longest time, I didn't eat cheese. The first time I had cheese was in America in the early 2000s. I had a cheese pizza. Can you imagine? So I never knew the beauty of cheese, but now I'm obsessed. I put cheese on everything, on my eggs, on my burger, on my pasta. I love this. And if you want the versatility of being able to have a cheese grater, this is great. So this one right here, it locks into place. So you have this little knob on the side, you lock it into place, and then it comes with different attachments so you can choose the type of cheese that you like. Like if we're putting cheese on our pasta, or maybe we're making a cheese pizza at home, you've got the two different attachments. So in total, you're getting three that give you that versatility. Oh, I forgot my little cheese. Let's go ahead and grate it. So we're gonna open it up, and then I'm gonna hold it down, and then we're gonna grate our cheese. Oh, but most importantly, I gotta get the plate in front of it so my cheese is not falling all over the place. And look at that. How satisfying is that to see the cheese coming on out? So you have all the different types of cheese that you could use. You could do Parmesan, you can do cheddar cheese, you can do all types of cheese. In fact, you could do carrots, you could do chocolate, you could, I think I might have grated a little too much. Is there such a thing as too much when it comes to cheese? No. Look at that. Almonds too, you can use on this. This is like, I feel so accomplished. Look at that. I've got my own cheese right at home. This is so fun. So if you're looking for like a fun rainy day activity to do, this is great. So cleaning and storage, let's talk about this. This is dishwasher safe. I love the versatility of this, and I absolutely think that this is a game changer. Instead of buying your shredded cheese in the stores, we could just kind of make it at home. I mean, a time saver, a money saver, all of the things. And you get a little fun activity while doing it too. I feel like I'm back in the old country mill, right? Like in the old townhouses, not townhouses, but you know, like the old school towns where they make their own cheese and they grate it. That's exactly how I feel while doing this. Okay, so cheese is also a newly acquired thing that I now love, but I also love making waffles. Like I love the smell of it, especially when you're doing it for breakfast, right? You get a waffle and it just takes over the scent in your apartment, in your whole home. What about a double layer waffle? I'm gonna come on over here and I'm gonna show you guys why I absolutely love this. So is one waffle ever enough? By show of hands, like yes or no? For me, I'm gonna need two of those bad boys. And I'm gonna need some fruit on top of it. I'm gonna need some whipped cream on top of it. And that's all I need. I don't even need an egg or anything to go along with it. What we're gonna do right now is we are going to do our waffle maker. And the reason I love this one is because you can kind of flip it over. So it is a double-sided waffle maker. So I'm gonna open it up, right? So you can see, and I love the large size of this too. So actually, I'm gonna use this measuring cup, and I love this measuring cup for a couple of reasons, right? First of all, it's nice and small, but this measuring cup makes cleanup super easy. So you see how it has, let me know in the chat if you can see this. You can adjust the handles. You see that little writing on the side, right? And I'll tell you if you can't see it in clearer detail, but you can adjust it to half a cup, a third of a cup, a quarter of a cup. You could do a whole 1 cup, or you can actually clean it. And the beauty of it is that when we fill it up to the top, right? So I think I had it at about, how much do you think I need for my entire waffle? I'm thinking, let me know in the chat, like half, but I could really do a whole cup to fill it up. But let's see, we'll start with a half. Once I've put in my batter in here and I wanna clean it up, then I'll kind of lift it up to the top and it gets all the residual up and my cup is nice and clean. So for today's purposes, I'm gonna do, I think, half a cup. So let's go ahead and dip it in here. I suppose I could use the spoon, but if I was really doing it like I'm doing it at home, I'm just gonna dip the entire cup, but I wanna make sure that I'm getting the appropriate amount and also create a mess. That's fine. You know, it's like that sometimes. Okay, so now we're gonna take off a little bit of that residual. I am so excited. Now I'm gonna pour it into my waffle maker and make sure that I have all sides. This isn't enough. Why did I use half a cup? I definitely need more. Okay, y'all, no. We're gonna do this over again. I definitely need much more. And this time we're just gonna dip it in and scoop it in just like that. But that's okay, because it hasn't started cooking yet. So we're creating a little bit of a mess, but that's okay, because this is super easy and nice to clean. In fact, okay, I like my measuring cup, but I feel like I actually just want to make it nice and thick before it starts cooking. So I'm just going to do this. So that way, yeah, okay, that's good. I think I got it enough. And then now I'm going to close it up, right? And then guess what? I'm going to flip it over. Yeah, buddy. And then I'm gonna open up the other side, right? So I can get my waffles on here and cooked. All right, let's open it up. And I am going to pour my batter on here. So I've got 2-sided waffles. I don't think you need to fill it up to capacity, but you definitely wanna make sure that it's hitting all 4 corners. Yeah, look at it. Isn't that so pretty? I kinda almost wanna watch it cook, but I gotta close it up and then flip it over. Now in a few minutes, I'll have beautiful, delicious waffles. Now let me tell you something. This measuring cup, I love the idea of it. We're gonna start here, but it really doesn't work for me and my needs, so this is not a game changer for me. But I see maybe if you're working more with a dry product, how it can make sense, or maybe if you're baking, but in terms of making something that's like wet like this, I wanna get in there. I need to pour it in, because I know my way around the kitchen. But in terms of the waffle maker, I think this is fantastic. I think this is a game changer. Being able to make waffles in a quick amount of time in the morning or on the weekends, this is great. And you know what I would do? See, you see the little smoke coming out of it? That's not a fire. We're not starting a fire. Lord Jesus, is a fire. It's not. It is actually the waffle cooking in here. But here's how I would flip it. I would even put a little bit of fruit, maybe some sliced almonds on the side, maybe a little something to kind of just zhuzh up the waffle maker. Done. All right, so that's gonna be ready in a little bit. So don't go anywhere, because we're gonna come back to this. I'm just gonna wipe off my hands a little bit, because we got a little messy in the kitchen as our waffle cooks. Oh God, guys, it smells so good in the kitchen. I wish that y'all were here in the Amazon Live kitchen. This smells amazing as it's cooking. All right, speaking of amazing, let's move on to this next item right here. I see Kyla's in the chat saying, I love the double side. Me too, because what's better than one waffle? 2. Okay, let's move over to the next item that we have right here. So this right here is the chopper, your vegetable chopper. You know, when it comes to cooking in the kitchen, as the person who is responsible for cooking when my friends and family come over, or for my husband and I, the thing that frustrates me the most about cooking is the prep, right? All the different things that you have to prep for, your onions, your tomatoes, cutting them up, the peppers, especially if you're making something with a little bit of like sauce to it, right? But this is a vegetable chopper. This makes it super easy for you to just cook those vegetables and cut them up into the perfect size. And the reason I love this is because sometimes when you're dicing up, let's say a cucumber to put into your salad, you don't get it as perfect as maybe the restaurants get it, right? So your cucumbers are like, one size is like super small and the other size is like huge. It doesn't look like restaurant quality, but when you have a vegetable chopper like this, you can get the perfect size right in the comfort of your own home. So this is absolutely great. Takes just a couple of minutes, and then you can actually see the vegetables that you've chopped up or the fruit that you've chopped up. So I'm gonna see it in real time. Boom, there it is. How easy is that? So I haven't had lunch yet. I like the cucumbers. Let me do one more. I feel like I want to do maybe a pepper. Let me stack it up real quick. What kind of salad are we doing? Are we doing a Cobb salad? Are we doing just a regular Caesar salad? But does a Cobb salad have peppers? Well, it does when it's mine. Boom. We're going to add that in there. And I feel like I want a little bit of a fruit because I've showed you how to do vegetables. Cucumber is a vegetable, right? Let me know in the chat. It's a vegetable. It's a fruit. You learn something new every day. Well, I'm going to do a little bit of a pear over here. Let's go ahead and add that. And you see how this is a little bit thicker? That's fine. I think the point is to get it to be a little bit small as possible so it just gets in there and you're good to go. And then bam, our pear is in there. Look at that. Do you see it? Let me know in the chat if you can see it. We've got our cucumbers. We have our peppers. In fact, I can just open it up. And again, it comes with a bunch of different shapes. You can grate it if you want to. I mean, you can do a bunch of different things. So it gives you versatility, or if you want your squares to be a little bit smaller, you can do just that. Speaking of salads, I like to do my dressing, and I like to make my own dressing. Because I found when you look at the ingredients, they put a whole bunch of stuff in there. There's a whole bunch of sugar. There's a whole bunch of stuff in there. So I love the fact that you can actually make your own salad at home. But before we move on to this, I want to come back to the vegetable chopper. For me, this is a game changer. You're saving me time, and you're making it super easy for me to cut up all my vegetables, all my fruits, and get them at the perfect size, just like I'm in the restaurant. Sign me up. All right, we have a couple of people who just started following. Thank you so much for that follow. We have Saran Sock is in the chat. Thank you, Saran, for following. Okay, so we were talking about my salad, right? So now I'm gonna make my dressing. And here's what I'm thinking. Let me know in the chat if y'all agree with this type of dressing. I'm thinking I'll do a little bit of lemon juice, a little bit of agave, a little bit of olive oil, maybe some honey mustard, mix that thing on together and then put it on top of my salad. Oh, done. Like, that is so perfect. But now I think that I want to make my salad using like a handheld juicer. So this is so cool. So what you do is you use the spiral to kind of take the top off like this to extract the juice efficiently. So what you do is that built-in mesh is you kind of squeeze it on down. Good thing I've been working at the gym. Okay, you squeeze it on down. And then what you're gonna do is once you feel it, like it's in the fleshy part of that lemon, you once you feel like I'm gonna say maybe a quarter of the way and you see a little bit of that juice start to come out, then you squeeze it. Let's see if our juice comes out. Oh, I think I gotta go a little bit deeper. Okay, we're learning this together, you guys. You can kind of see the juice starting to permeate right there at the top. And look at it. Oh, okay, I think I gotta go a little bit deeper. Oh, I might've got the sides. Oh, I think that's what it is. But you kind of get the idea of it. It does get a little bit messy. There is a little bit of a learning curve with this because you got to make sure that you get that top part and you get all of it done. But the idea is that you squeeze it right on up to the top and you see the juice start to come out. Now, I don't want to waste my juice. Let me go ahead and get a little napkin to clean it all up. I'll say for me, this is not necessarily a game changer because it makes it a little bit harder to get that lemon out. But I'm supposed to be able to use it and get all of the juice out by like just kind of pushing it up to the top. I think if I had another lemon and I could show you how to do it again, then maybe I might change my mind. But for this, it's a little bit messy. So for me, it's not necessarily a game changer. All right, Alberto is in the chat. Hello, Alberto Martinez. Thank you so much for that follow. Y'all, if you have questions about any of these items, please drop them in the chat. I'd love to hear from you. Also, what are y'all having for dinner tonight? I don't know, I'm on the fence. I didn't take anything out of my freezer. And you know, that's not really planning ahead. So past McCall wasn't thinking about future McCall, but I've got a solution for it. Bam, come with me over here. This is the defrosting tray that allows you to defrost your meat a little bit quicker than you would if you just laid it out on your countertop or if you put it on your refrigerator. It's almost like a 4-in-1. So it's a defroster to the touch. It's not super hot or cool, but it's a thong tray. And then there's a built-in knife refiner. And then there's also a grater. I'm gonna lift it up so you can see. There's a little grater in the back. Why would you need the grater if you're doing maybe a lemon and you need your recipe needs a lemon zest, or maybe you're doing garlic? It's kind of small, but you can see it. You can feel the grating there. And then, of course, it is a cutting board as well. It's really efficient. It accelerates being able to defrost your meat because it uses that board transfer, right? That heat transfer to really thaw your meat. And it's a must-have instead of maybe buying a meat defroster, right? It's durable, super easy to clean. I love the look of it. I love the color as well, giving you that effortless idea for frosting all of your food, or defrosting your food rather. So all your frozen food. So think about maybe your mixed vegetables that you might have and you want to defrost, and maybe your meat that you forgot. This is great. And I like that the base is really sturdy as well, really kind of stays in place while I am chopping and slicing and thawing. It's just a really great gift. So this for me, because I always forget to defrost my meat, is a game changer. I kind of love this. So I think for dinner tonight, we're gonna do that salad that I was making earlier and maybe some salmon, put this on the defrosting tray, give it about maybe an hour or so, and then I'll be ready to put my salmon in the fryer that I'm gonna show you in just a little bit. Okay, let's see what y'all are saying in the chat. Fave Finds says, turn the juicer upside down, less messy. You know what, Fave Finds? I actually thought the same thing, but the idea with that lemon thing is that you're supposed to squeeze it up to the top, right? And the juice is supposed to kind of float up to the top. I thought if I flipped it over, it'd be less messy. I think we should try that one again. Let's see if we have enough time on the show. I'm not convinced that that is the only way to use it. Sometimes with these things, you got to finesse it and do it your way. You know what I mean? Okay, let's move on to the next product. Mike says, you could defrost your salmon in 20 minutes in cold water. I could, but like, why would I do that when I have a 4-in-1 product? I think this is great because then I could also cut my salmon up into little square bites if I wanted to, or I could, I could use this to cut up other vegetables as well. I mean, I just love it. Less dishes. That works for me. Okay, let's move on to the next item. So this is really cool. This, I'm newly introduced to it, but I love the idea of it. So this is a meat slicer. I love the fact that I got my pork chops in here. Remember, I told you I love me some pork. I got my pork chops in here, but they're a little too thick. I love frying my pork chops, especially the thinly sliced one. Give me a pork chop with a bone. Oh, I'm a happy camper. But I want to slice this, maybe make it into a little bit of a sandwich. This is great. So this is a meat slicer. This gives you that precision that you're absolutely going to love. Has 17 blades, and you can easily cut your fresh meat into about 18-inch thin slices. Compatible. You can use this with pork like I have, chicken breast, salmon. Convenient. I mean, it's so great if you're making beef jerky at home, which we've tried. Love it. The thickness you can kind of adjust on your own. So you see these blades right here? Don't try me. Do not try me. No, I won't use these blades against you. I'm just going to use it on the pork, not against you. You can actually take out some of the blades depending on how thin you want to slice your meat. I've got all of them in here because I want my pork chop to be really thin. And by the way, I do want to let you know that this will save you about 90% of time with this meat slicer over using a knife. I just feel like it's an easier way to do it. So here we go. Allegedly. So they say. Okay, let's go ahead and give it a shot. I'm going to put my meat slicer in here. I told you I've been working out. My arms are getting nice and strong. So let's go ahead and press this down. Oh, okay. Let me make sure that I am not, those blades are really, really tough, right? Okay. Here we go. Okay. So the beauty of this, right, is that you're able to slice up your chicken breast. You're able to use it. It's super easy to operate. It's great for kitchen novices or maybe a home chef alike. I mean, I love the size of this because it doesn't take up a lot of space in your kitchen. And it's great, again, if you kind of want to recreate that professional cooking experience. It also comes with a knife sharpener as well, so you can get it nice and sharp. I love the versatility of this, right? And I think here's the most important thing is that I can kind of put it on top of my, if I wanted to make it a little bit sturdier, right? I can kind of put it on top of my, yes, I can put it on top of my board, right? But it makes it super easy. Boy, am I glad I've been working on these guns right here. And I'm talking about my muscles because now I can kind of saw from side to side. Let me know in the chat if you can see it. It's kind of really slicing it up into the nice thin slices that I like and get it right there to the bottom. Boy, I'm working up a sweat. I think I need to take off my sweater. Who knew that these everyday kitchen essentials would make me sweat? I got to work on, like, I'm earning my calories right here. This is a game changer. Look at how thin these slices are. Do y'all see that? Look at how easy that is. I'm obsessed with this. So yeah, I love this. All right, let's move on to the next item that we have. We're gonna talk now about the electric deep fryer. Let's move on down over here to my right. So a deep fryer is great. It's perfect for small spaces. This deep fryer will make about 4 servings of French fries and 4 cups of oil, making it super efficient, right? In those space-saving situations. Has the automatic temperature control, which we love right here. And it makes sure that you can fry all your favorite foods like your shrimp, your chicken, your onion rings. They come out just crispy and delicious. Chef's kiss every single time. This is the size of it. I love this because I think this is great if you just have a taste of that deep fried food. It won't take up a lot of space in your house, and it's got that scoop so you can get those French fries out without creating a big, huge mess. This, I think, is a game changer, especially if you like fried food. I can't eat it all of the time, but I love it, and when I have a craving for it, I don't necessarily want to drive out, especially in the winter. I love that I can cook this right in the comfort of my own home. So yes, this is a game changer for me. Okay, Mike is in the chat, still trying to figure out what my dinner plans are. Mike, you want to come over and help me figure out what dinner is? Because he's like, you could defrost your salmon in 20 minutes in cold water. Why wait an hour? Mike, I have a whole process when I get home. I gotta like kind of reset, reframe, sit down, see what's going on social media, relax for a little bit. Then I can go in the kitchen. Are y'all able to do that? Can you get home and start cooking dinner immediately? I gotta reset. I need like a little quiet time. So the hour is totally fine with me. Sheila started following. Thank you, Sheila, for that follow. Adam started following. Hey, Adam, thank you for that follow. Y'all, I'm so glad that y'all are here. We're talking about game changers in the kitchen for everyday cooking, items that you're absolutely gonna love. And this one I think you're gonna love. This is the Ninja Crispi Pro 6-in-1 glass air fryer. So this is great. You're getting 2 different sizes of it. We have, I believe, the 2.5 quart. That's right here, and this is the 6 quart. This is glass. I love the look of it because it gives you that crispier food that you love. It's a powerful cooking system. So we're talking about 1800 watt air fryer that can cook a 7-pound chicken, so you can feed up to 10 people. The holidays are coming up, and by the holidays, I mean Valentine's Day is coming up. So if you're gonna be cooking at home, this is great, right? Springtime, you're having people over. That versatility is nice because then you don't always have to use your stove. Actually, talking about the versatility, let me go ahead and take this out so I can show you in real time how you're able to switch it out. So it has like this little tray right here at the bottom. And then you just kind of put it right here so you can put in your larger pot. Yeah, Brussels sprouts are great, especially if we're gonna have that with my salmon. Brussels sprouts work out just fine. And then we're gonna slide it over and then bam, we start cooking. It snaps right into place. So again, you got that versatility. This will fit 2.5 quarts, 4 quarts, or 6 quarts of that beautiful, clean, crisp glassware that looks nice. This is non-toxic cooking, which I love. So you can go pretty much from frozen to crispy in just a matter of minutes. Let's talk about the versatility of this, right? Because of that 6-in-1 function, you can max crisp, you can air fry, you can bake, you can roast, you can re-crisp, you can dehydrate. Here's what I love dehydrating. My fruit, like a leftover fruit that's just about to go bad, those raisins, any fruit that you may have, some oranges that's lying around in the house, dehydrating is great. And I also love the fact that you have these leak-proof storage lids. And because of that, this is a game changer for me. Let me know in the chat if you agree with me. I love the versatility. Give me a product that I can use 6 different ways in one. Sign me up. I want to give a shout out to a couple of people who are following. Adam, Sheila, Beautiful and Elegant started following as well. Thank you, Beautiful and Elegant. All right, speaking of Beautiful and Elegant, you know what's beautiful and elegant? Some pasta. Let's mosey on over here to the left, okay? Feel like we're at a tennis match. Boom. Serena throws it back. Boom. Venus throws it back. Okay, but we're back over here. It's back to McCall. This is the Philips Kitchen appliances. This is the compact pasta and noodle maker. This is why this really piqued my interest. We've got an allergy at home. My husband is lactose intolerant. So when I'm cooking certain dishes, especially if I get like pasta at the store that's already pre-made, he sometimes reacts badly to it. And so I'm trying to be more cognizant of the food that we're introducing at home. So I love that I can control the pasta that I'm making at home. You can use all types of flour. You can add different ingredients. I've got my flour right here. You can put your eggs, your herbs, your spinach, your carrot juice. I mean, you can really make various types of just flavors of pasta. It's space-saving design. It's nice and sleek, almost looks like a coffee maker, but au contraire, it's actually a pasta maker. So it's space-saving design, a built-in storage right here. And right here we have our ramens that we made a little while ago. So you can choose, again, with that versatility of the different types of flour, but look at just minimum ingredients that you need to make your pasta right at home. Some flour, some water, a little bit of salt, and you're good to go. So I think that this is a game changer, especially if you're just trying to eat better, eat healthier, know what's in your food. I absolutely love this. Again, because we have that like sort of lactose intolerance at home, being able to make our own pasta, ooh, I love it. Okay. So I love this next thing too. So I am trying to get better about like what I eat on an everyday basis for my breakfast. Let's come on over here to the right. Being able to make my own yogurt at home is so great, right? I get some yogurt and then I can press and then I can add in maybe some granola. I can put some fruit in there on top and that'll pretty much fill me up for the entire day. Have you ever thought about the idea of making yogurt right in the comfort of your own home? This is a process that takes just a couple of days, but what I love about it is that it ensures that you have consistent and delicious results each and every single time, right? So all you have to do is just add in a little bit of milk. So we're gonna do 2 cups of milk in each container. Actually, while I talk about it, let me roll my sleeves up and go ahead and make this yogurt. So we're gonna get 2 cups. I can lift it up, pour it nice, make sure that I'm pouring 2 cups. So all you need is 2 cups of that milk, and then you need a little bit, if you have some leftover yogurt at home, you need a little bit of that yogurt. And the reason you have that yogurt is because you need a little bit of that culture from that yogurt to actually make your fresh yogurt, right? So we're gonna put that in, and then we're gonna add the remaining amount in here. And yogurt is great. You can actually, the versatility of yogurt, people kind of sleep on this, right? Because you can use yogurt, obviously, like I mentioned, as something that you eat for breakfast, but yogurt you can also use, right, for your dressing as well. So we're just going to add maybe a tablespoon of that yogurt. And then I believe it takes about 10 days. Click on that link in the carousel to see the full details. You snap that lid on top, and then you put this lid on top, let it sit here for just a couple of days, and then bam, you got that pure original yogurt. I love this. This is such a great gift. Who is that person in your life who loves yogurt? Get this for them, right? This is a game changer. Whoever thought about making yogurt at home? I'm obsessed with this. Okay, let's see what y'all are saying in the chat. Kyra's in the chat saying noodle makers are so popular right now. I know, me too. I love noodle makers. Tracy is in the chat, started following. Thank you, Tracy. Okay, let's move on to the next item that we have here. We have an electric milkshaker. Okay, so earlier I was talking about my husband's lactose intolerance. Yes, I'm putting your business on blast. I'm sorry. Sorry, honey, but this, I feel like there's so many people that are out there. What if we were able to make our own soy milk right at home? I've got my almond right here. I've got my almonds, and I've already snapped them right in here at this bottom part. It just clicks right into place. We've added in our water into it, and then all you have to do is just make sure that it falls in and that it snaps right into place, and you can make your own yogurt, your own milk at home. I mean, think about that, right? The versatility of being able to use those grinding blades to make your own milk at home is so great. So you have the options to do hot or you can do raw, and then all you do is just kind of power it, and you can control the temperature as well. It features different programs for it. It allows you to control the temperature, and you can use, you can use this milk for anything, for your coffee, for your tea, for your cereal, whatever it is that you need for cooking. But I love the idea that there's not all of those chemicals that we can't pronounce, we don't know the name of, right? We can actually make our own yogurt right in the comfort of our own home. Okay, it's blinking now. It's doing its thing. It's just going to take a couple of minutes, and then we'll see what our milk looks like. So you can use almonds, right? It's an almond machine maker, or you can do all types of fruit as well. So that is in the carousel. Make sure that you check it out. Oh, okay, it kind of startled me, but that's it. Oh my gosh. I was like, there it goes. Once it's done, it's going to give me a little bit of a beep. And then boom, I've got my milk. Let me go ahead and pour it out. Oh, there it is. Okay, let me make sure my lid is down. Look at that milk coming out from that almond. Oh, guys, this looks so fresh. Oh my gosh, I love it. Let me see if it's hot or cold. Let me taste it.